Hey, so I'm just back from taking a bunch of pictures at the Arboretum with this thing. Usually has a big ass flash attached to it as well, and I've been able to take pictures like these. So what I want to talk to you today about is this statement. Most facts are actually just opinions. And this is going to take a while to settle in, okay? I've had people give me weird looks about it to begin with, and then 6 months later or 3 months later they come back and they're like, you know what, you were right. Okay? Most of the ideas that are tossed around in this world that we accept, generally speaking, without considering really, are just opinions. And I'm not talking about the sky's blue or water boils at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm talking about, oh, what will the market do? Okay? And I'm going to give you a simple example from this thing where I had a opinion in my head that I thought was a fact, and you will see exactly how these opinions, when you treat them as facts, they change your activity level. They change your behavior, okay? So listen up. When we're talking about taking pictures, there's three things in something called the exposure triangle, and these are three things that you can kind of control or can't maybe. Maybe they're fixed as constants, right? But there's three things in this exposure triangle. There's the aperture, which is the size of the hole, how big or how small is it open. There's the shutter speed, how long is the shutter open to let in light on the receiving surface, either film or a sensor in this case, right? It's the DSLR. And the third thing is the ISO, which is how grainy is the film, or how many little dots are there that are collecting light. Okay? And the higher you go with ISO, the grainier your image will generally be. So there's a thing about lens length that you want to be like at a shutter speed of 1 over that. So if I'm shooting at 200 millimeters, I want to be at 1/200th or less. Okay? Because otherwise I'm going to get what's called camera shake if the shutter's open too long, right? And I had been walking around, for those of you who love photography, believing that the light was a constant, right? I can only open the aperture so wide, right? I can only make the shutter speed so slow. If I make it any slower, I'm gonna get motion blur, right? And I'm also limited on my ISO because these cameras only go up so high, right? They're getting better and better every year, but generally speaking, they top out at about 3200, 6400. And you don't really want to be up there, especially during the day. So I thought the only way to take these bug pictures, let's say, was with a tripod. And let me tell you, doing macro photography with a tripod is a pain in the butt. There's a lot of adjusting back and forth to get the thing in focus, and it's a real pain, right? So I was like, wouldn't it be awesome if we could just point and shoot like without the tripod, by hand, right? Oh no, but I can't do that. You see, I was walled in by an opinion that I had that I thought was a fact. And I went and I took a photography course, and the guy taught me, no, you can add light. There's a thing that fits up here on this shoe called a flash, and it's a little ray of sunshine. It's a little blast of sunshine that it can send out, and that extra light can help you so that the shutter speed can be low enough that you can walk around and have these long focal lengths, get in real close, and still not have to worry about motion blur. I mean, you see it in these photos, right? So that's really exciting for a photographer. What about in the real business world? Well, I ask you to consider, what have you been walking around assuming that was a fact, that is actually somebody's opinion? Gold's going to go up in price? Is that a fact or an opinion? I don't know. Right? You can't do that. Is that a fact or an opinion? I'd say it's an opinion. And like I was saying, we restrict our actions based on what we believe to be true. So if you can change these opinions, then you can change your behavior. Isn't that cool? So look for that in your mindset. Most facts are actually just opinions. This is Jason Kanigan with another Mindset Moment for you.